doesn't want a couple of juicy golden opportunities to choose from? Am I right? Let me know. Our money planet Venus is entering Gemini on April 24th and staying there until May 18th. Gemini is always about two things. So these next couple of weeks, yes, could bring some options our way. In this video, I'm going to do a card pull for the collective first, and then pull some tarots for each sign so you can see the golden opportunity Venus in Gemini may be showing you and how to turn what you desire into gold. And make sure you stay until the end of the video. I'm going to give you a day to mark on your calendar that is very powerful in this regard, and you're not going to want to miss it. Coffee up, friends. So Venus in Gemini, when it comes to using this energy for golden opportunities, it is about using our intellect, our mind, our communication skills, our creativity when it comes to innovation, being flexible, being curious, trying new things, speaking to new people, schmoozing, socializing, all those type of Gemini activities. As your anti-doom, no BS astrologer, Stella Wilde, I can say that the most important thing about this Venus in Gemini energy is to stay open. Venus in Gemini is allergic to that phrase, oh, we've always done it this way. I can't change. I've always done it this way. No. No. The gold is in the pivot, the new angle, the thing that you haven't tried yet. And this inventive energy with Venus and Gemini is especially pronounced considering the fact that Uranus has also moved back into Gemini. There is a separate video on Uranus and Gemini coming to the channel, so subscribe, hit the bell so you don't miss that one. But for right now, let's just pull two cards, because with Gemini, it's always about two. For this Venus and Gemini, for the collective, let's just get a general vibe. What we need to know. All right, let's see. And we will put them face down. Okay, this is flipping over, opening. Okay, and let's see what else we need to know. Venus in Gemini. I love when cards flip or they jump because they really want to come out of the deck and let us know. All right, so the first one we have here is opening. Gorgeous. Bloom where you're planted. Use your gifts, nurturing, spirit work, plan unfolding. Okay, so make the best use of what you have where you are right now. This is the inventive resourcefulness, using your brain, being flexible, figuring things out. That can be a hallmark of Venus in Gemini. And in doing so, you create an opening by doing that. Okay, all right, let's see. What's the other card here? In good time. All right. Enjoying the moment. No rush, time for all things, be here now, and many chances. And notice there's two clocks on this card, and we are talking about Gemini. So there could be the energy of two things in time that you manifest, or that we manifest as a collective, that are beautiful new openings that will just take a little time to develop. But it's the idea of, as it says on this card, no rush. There is time for all things. So this sense of Venus and Gemini being very explorative. If Gemini likes learning, likes to get pieces of information. So that is the thing. Like Gemini also likes puzzles. So there isn't a rush to figure out the solution. And you're going to figure out the solution and how you can create a golden opening or opportunity in your life by taking your time, by investing time in doing that, but in more of an exploratory way, not in a super like, I must have a result at this particular moment. No, let me explore the options to see, and then results and ideas will flow out of that. And Gemini energy can be very playful. So that's the other thing to kind of keep in mind with this energy, as it says, enjoying the moment. So when you can be in the flow of play and trying to just visualize and come up with different scenarios and solutions, just to see, like, run different scenarios for yourself of what you would like these openings to be, these possibilities in your life, manifesting different dreams, and have fun with it. And from that brainstorming, very, very Venus, Gemini energy, that's how you can get the key to unlock this golden door of opportunity. All right, Aries, let's see what you need to know about this Venus in Gemini energy, golden opportunities, using the energy, because that is what it is all about. What is the best use of Venus and Gemini energy for Aries? Let us see. See what we have for you, Aries. We have a 4 of Wands. We have a 9 of Cups. You got to get out there and schmooze. Ace of Swords. Okay. So there's something here about you attending an event, whatever it might be. This 4 of Wands, joy and celebration. 9 of Cups, of course, can be a celebratory party energy as well. And, you know, the 4 of Wands, it doesn't have to be a party. It can be some sort of community event, a social event, street festival, like these types of things where people gather for a purpose that is joyful. And this 9 of Cups, something also your heart is into. You're like, okay, yeah, I really kind of want to go and just enjoy myself. But you could get involved in a conversation, Ace of Swords here, that could lead to some sort of mind expanding, mind opening, new idea that you get downloaded from being in that environment and or talking to a certain person who, you know, how it is sometimes you get in a conversation with somebody and it just is a lightning bolt and you get an idea. You get an introduction. Maybe they open a door for you. This Ace of Swords is excellent. But it is about a fresh mindset. And so, you know, sometimes we come at manifestation in kind of an indirect way. You know, sometimes you just need to free up your energy. You need to be in a different environment like the 4 of Wands and do something pleasurable and take your mind off of something you are trying to figure out and solve, the puzzle of your life, you know? And so it could also be that type of thing where you get out there and you enjoy yourself. You take the pressure off your own mental processes and whatever you're trying to figure out. And by the end of the day or the next day or in the next week, because you took the pressure off of so much intense focus, the idea comes in like a lightning bolt, Ace of Swords, and you have the solution in hand. So that is what I would say about this. You know, as our card for the collective was saying, like, be here now, enjoy the now. And that's very appropriate with the 4 of Wands and the 9 of Cups. The 4 of Wands in this deck in particular also has a beautiful green path in it. It is a doorway. It is an opening. So you could be coming up with some sort of brainwave idea, cutting loose your past, saying yes to something in an entirely new direction that is much more pleasurable, much more in the flow of feeling like it's a celebration in whatever this is. It's like, if this is a work goal, it's not about work. It's going to feel more like joy and celebration for you in some sort of new path, this 4 of Wands here. So, you know, this is very good. I think, you know, whichever way this applies to your life, you can have some sort of beautiful breakthrough, this Ace of Swords. And yes, there could be some new path that's coming up for you that you're toasting. You're raising your glass, you know, raise your glass, as Pink sang with his 9 of Cups, because you're signing some sort of important document. Some important news comes through email. There's a contract, whatever it might be, that propels you forward and is worthy of celebrating. That's the other thing. And Aries, did you catch your year ahead solar return happy birthday reading on the channel? I will leave a link in the description of this video if you haven't yet seen it. All right, Taurus. So yes, Venus going into your second house of show me the money. Very nice. So this is definitely a time for you to be focusing in on your financial goals. Okay, and let's talk about how you can best use this energy of Venus in Gemini. And make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss the whole Uranus going into Gemini video. I know a lot of you have seen the Uranus in Taurus goodbye video, but if you haven't seen that either, definitely check it out. I'll leave a link in the description. And your birthday video is coming out soon. So there's so many reasons for you to hit that subscribe if you feel called to do so. Lots of juicy videos, Taurus. All right, let us see. We have a Page of Coins. Oh, Ace of Cups. I love it. All right. And a Chariot. Okay. All right. This is what I feel. This Venus and Gemini season, which goes until, as I said, May 24th, and then Venus will move into Cancer, and Venus will make a conjunction with Jupiter. I think like June 9th or June 10th. We got the Cancer energy showing up double here. This Ace of Cups, this Chariot. Page of Coins. It is time for you to, I think, do a little digging, do a little research. Not because you're just trying to figure out a solution, but because that is what Venus in Gemini requires. Like I said in the prelude to this video, it is about research, thinking, information, thinking outside the box, like all of those types of things. So, and this is your energy. So, and it's the Page. So I feel like it's time for you to go about in a state of childlike innocence and exploration and follow your heart, Ace of Cups. Like, what is your heart and mind? Because Cancer is your third house of the mind. What is your heart and mind really wanting and valuing right now? You know, you've been through the ringer with Uranus going through your sign. Again, watch that other video. We've discussed it in the comments. Over 400 comments on that video. Thank you if you have commented. Really appreciate hearing all your stories. I'm trying to get to all the comments as fast as I can. So my point here is it's about researching for the sake of Venus and Gemini, but it's also about, well, what does my heart really want? Heart and mind together, because there is a new road opening up for you. Here it is, the Chariot. And I think you are setting yourself up for a beautiful opportunity that absolutely can manifest, I think, when Venus is in Cancer. Now, I know I'm going to hear comments. Well, I can't wait that long, or da-da-da-da-da. Okay, I just give you time frames based on this, what I am seeing in the tarot, and also here. This is a general reading, so don't get mad at me in the comments, okay? Because it is about using the energies. And there isn't something new that you really want to feel like you're in a whole new destiny moment here with this Chariot, Ace of Cups. This is just not same old, because Venus is in your house of values, Gemini. It is about, yeah, I want to feel intellectually stimulated. I want to feel like my heart is really into it. I want to feel that I'm exploring and I'm doing something new. I'm growing something new in my life, this Page of Coins. So, and this may require also some self-reflection. Also, Ace of Cups, Page of Coins, absolutely. And I also feel that there is an opportunity that may be farther afield for you than you are currently looking. And I know, because I have Mercury in Taurus, so I know, like you don't want to have to look somewhere else. You don't want to have to look farther afield. Can't we just keep it like here? Okay, no. There's something also about expanding your horizons, and I think also literally. So that's why I'm saying you may need a little time to wrap your head around that. Like, one of these opportunities may involve you, absolutely, I mean, it's such a cliche, but getting out of a comfort zone. But it's not just getting out of a comfort zone. It's about a sense of exploration, exploring something your heart is yearning for. But where you find that might be in a very different place. That's what I'm saying, farther afield. It's not here, it's over there. And I think you need to wrap your head around that. And also you're going to do a little research and investigations and explorations to see where that might be for you. And that's all the Venus in Gemini energy. And then I think, the Venus in Cancer could see you triumphantly start on that road. All right, Gemini, let's see what you need to know about Venus going into your sign. Usually that is good news, gifts, goodies, things like that. And then, of course, the next day, Uranus goes into your sign. There will be a video on the channel for that. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell. You do not want to miss that because that's especially relevant for you. Okay, but let's see what you need to know about Venus in your sign. Let us see. Gemini. Okay, what do we have here? What is this Capricorn, Devil, Saturn heavy energy doing here? And the Knight of Wands. Ooh, are you burning a bridge? What are you doing? Oh, I think you might be. 4 of Cups. Okay. Okay, so this Devil card can be like you've been chomping at the bit. You've been held back. The universe has been keeping you in check. We have this Knight of Wands here, which is the fire year horse, the fast-moving horse. But this is not fast-moving horse, this Devil card. This is, I'm stuck in place. I'm annoyed. It's dysfunctional. I can't do what I want. I feel trapped. Okay. Okay. This Venus in Gemini is saying it's time to free yourself from, I think, some sort of heavy obligation you think you can't free yourself from. And yes, Uranus can manifest itself in different ways. We will talk about that in the Uranus and Gemini video. But I do want to just mention it briefly here because we are getting this Devil. Uranus can be an energy of awakening and liberation. It can be an energy of other things as well. Go watch the Uranus and Taurus goodbye video I did. A lot of you have already seen it. Thank you. But that was not like liberation. That was straight up like all sorts of dramas going on in my life and in many other people's lives if you read the comments. But in this instance, with these energies, I think you're going to be feeling, along with the Venus, like, what the hell am I doing? Why am I still allowing my power to be stuck or co-opted by something that is dysfunctional, power hungry, greedy, and ridiculous? So, and you've had Uranus behind you, of course, in that 12th house where we can feel stuck, where we can feel like we're a little bit imprisoned. Work with the metaphor. That, we are behind closed doors and when am I going to have that breakthrough? So, and it's very telling that you have the Knight of Wands after this Devil card because this is the energy of 2026. This is the breakthrough, get the heck out of Dodge, move forward fast, and baby, 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 don't look back. I love that song by the Fine Young Cannibals. It's like, no, you're out of here. You are out of here. And I think there's something where it's about choosing yourself and moving fast. And then also with this 4 of Cups coming in, you're moving towards something though. This is not just like, I'm just impulsively, because Knight of Wands can be impulsive. I'm not just impulsively embarking on who knows where. I do have a sense of where I'm going. So that's what I would say here. Like, be ready for the breakthrough. There is something here about your willingness to break free. And like I said, maybe you have been willing. The time has just not been right. Our in good time card that we had before. So to use this energy, I would say with this Knight of Wands is start planning your escape hatch. See where the fire, the energy, the vibe is pulling you forward. What is lighting up your passion, your joy? I mean, it's Venus. It's in your sign. What's getting you fired up and excited? Like staying in that energy, but also making the exit plan out of this Devil energy. That's what I feel. It's like, I think you're going to have one foot out the door, again, metaphor, of something going on in your life. But wait, according to this tarot, I'm not telling you what to do. This is just, reading a tarot card here. You make your own decisions, but wait until this cup comes in. I would say using this Venus in Gemini for the next couple of weeks is about your inspired preparation for the unexpected thing, this Four of Cups, to come in and shift the energy for you. But you have to prepare yourself because you're going to need to probably move fast on it. And I would say if I had to give a timing, it would be probably when Venus is in Cancer, which is your second house of money, which happens, of course, after Venus is in your sign. So that will start May 24th. We have a beautiful Venus-Jupiter conjunction in your house of money in early June. So that's what I'm saying. Like, everything's a process. And as I just said to Taurus, I know some people are going to complain in the comments, well, I can't wait till June or whatever. Okay. That's your personal situation. I'm just reading for general here on YouTube. If you need to book a personal reading, go ahead. But, this is the thing. Life is sometimes like things happen in process and in stages. And like I said, I think this is the time to focus on yourself, your values, your money goals, the things you want to manifest for yourself, because the Venus is in your sign, yourself. Okay, so I think you're going to be making a big move, very, very possible. But wait till that golden opportunity comes in from the universe, because that's the other thing with the Four of Cups. It's that, that hand coming from stage right, like here it's coming in, or stage left if you prefer. Coming from stage, it's coming in. But you can't predict its timing, but you got to be ready to jump on it when it arrives. All right, Cancer, let's see what you need to know about Venus in Gemini. Let's get some advice for you. Now, this is happening in your 12th house of kind of like the behind the scenes. So an opportunity could come out of some sort of wrapping up of a karmic situation. It could come from a source you least expect. There could be something that arises that you can't discuss for a while. That's possible also. Let's see what we got for you, Cancer. You could be behind closed doors. That's very 12th house. Researching, very Gemini, different opportunities for yourself. Working on a secret project that could make money. That's another thing. All right, let us see. Cancers. What do you got here? Oh, yeah. Three of Coins. Some of you are working on something very important. Ace of Cups. It's very personal to you. And the Lovers. Okay. Wow. Venus in Cancer energy is coming up here big time, which of course Venus will enter Cancer May 24th after it leaves Gemini. We have Venus-Jupiter conjunction happening in early June. And I think this is coming up here for you as well, as it did for a couple other of the signs so far. So this Three of Coins is you focused in on something that is extremely personal and important to you. Ace of Cups. It could be something very creative that you are engaged with. A hobby, as an example. And maybe you're thinking of monetizing this hobby or this side hustle. Maybe you already have, but you're maybe taking it to the next level here with this Three of Coins. Like, you are extremely, you can see this person is focused on their work, their handiwork, their crafts, what they are good at. And you're building this for yourself. And then we have this Ace of Cups, like I said, using your creative energy. So let me know in the comments. I want to hear from people like who are like making stuff, whether you're selling it at farmers markets or you're selling it on Etsy or on your own website or in other ways, because that's the vibe of this energy. And you could be coming up with some different opportunities that could be good for you to get the word out about your passion project. And this could also go for writers. I mean, Three of Coins is a writer card, whether you're writing songs, plays, film scripts, poetry, whatever you're doing. So again, this Venus conjunct Jupiter in Cancer that is coming in your sign in early June, that could be the debut. Here's our June energy with the Lovers, the Gemini. That could That could be your debut or new opportunities opening up for you then based on what you're doing now during this transit. So it's always about using the energies. And so, get in there and use your mind. And the thing is too, is Gemini also rules the hands. So whatever you're doing with your beautiful imagination and your hands, like I said, whether you're making beautiful jewelry or you're writing the great American novel, whatever you're doing, this is the time to pour all your effort into that. The 12th house can be correlated with this energy of being alone in a room and doing a creative activity, which again, really corresponds to writers. What do you have to do? You have to sit your butt in a chair alone in a room and write. I mean, if you're doing other type of handicrafts, maybe you can be with a little group of people or have the TV on or something like that. It just depends on what you're doing. But this is super positive energy. And you could see, yes, I think there might be 2 opportunities for you. I would say that they would be coming, though, more in early June to perhaps share your creations in new places with new people. You could be taking a class about what you're interested in creating. Maybe you're teaching. Maybe you're putting your effort into something you're going to present to other people in form of being a teacher of a skill. That's another possibility. So whatever you got going on here, this is really, really good. This is passion project. This is working on something that makes you feel so creative and alive, and you are excited about it. And I think something really promising could come of it for you, I would say within the first 2 weeks of June. The potential is there. All right, Leos, this is big heads up energy for you with Venus and Gemini, because Gemini is your 11th house of personal gains. The 11th house is also a lucky house. So let us see what you need to know about golden opportunities using this energy. Venus in your 11th house absolutely is a time to schmooze, socialize, network, get out there and have conversations that could lead to opportunities. So let's see what the cards have to say also. Leo. Let us see. Page of Wands. Yep. King of Wands. There's your energy. What is this Hanging Man? I'm going to have to pull more cards now for you. What is this? Okay. All right, we have a 10 of Swords and a 10 of Cups, and we have a Hangman in your heart. So I see the exact problem here. But remember, Gemini is about finding creative solutions. All right, you've got to get out of the house. You have to. I'm sorry. I know that you're a big cat, right? You're like Bobby. You like to just hang out, have your snacks, watch your TV. I don't blame you. I love that stuff too. I got Mars and Leo. I get it. But you got to get out of the house. This Page of Wands, there's something very important for you to show up as your powerful Leo self, this King of Wands. This is very strong manifestation energy for you. But people have to feel your energy. You've got to be there in public, in person, to advocate for yourself and also to find your new group of people. 10 of Cups. This is the block. The block is right here. This Hangman and this 10 of Swords. So let's just discuss it. I think one of the reasons you may be a little hesitant about socializing, going out and about and networking, etc., connecting, is because you have gotten burned, maybe within the last year. I would say within the last year, with maybe some sort of group betrayal, or you felt disrespected, or they shunned you, or you found out somebody in the group that you were associating with, it was just no good or up to no good. Well, whatever it might be, your heart is still in limbo over that. This Hangman, like you may still be kind of stuck on that experience that you went through, because it might have been disempowering. It's very possible. And with this 10 of Swords, like it did feel like a betrayal. And your ego may have taken a hit. I also feel that a little bit. That's the block. But the 10 of Cups is our last energy here. So this is saying to me, if you can just get over that block, sometimes you just have to like kind of white knuckle it and just get back out there, so to speak. I think you're going to find a new group of people, or you have the potential to find a new group of people, 10 of Cups, that are much more sociable, intuitive, creative, loving, caring, like just nice people than maybe what you were dealing with before with this 10 of Swords Hangman. Because also the Hangman, the Pisces energy, is your 8th house of kind of, 8th house can be some tricky energy. It can be sometimes dysfunctional, shadowy shit that comes up. And you see people's true colors. So, and there could have been maybe also something going on with money as well with that group of people. Or I do think it was probably a group, because the 10 of Swords is showing up here. So do with that information what you will. But that's what I feel. So, take a baby step, Page of Wands. While Venus is in a supportive aspect in your 11th house of people, get out there and, find this new group. They're out there for you, Leo. Because I think it's about being open, right? As we had this opening card before for the collective. And also, it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. That's going to be key for manifesting your golden opportunity. Virgo, I'm excited for you. You have Venus going into your career zone, your 10th house of the public. All right, so let's see. So could there be some new career possibilities, more money coming to you from what you do for your work, more opportunity in general? There could be just goodwill also. This is very goodwill coming to you from the public in some way. Like there's invitations, there's opportunities to socialize and schmooze and things like that. Probably in a career sense, but again, it can be just in a public sense. Let us see. I mean, because not everybody's career is in the public, like on YouTube or something. It's, that's why I'm saying kind of in the public, like in your community type thing. All right, let's see what we need to know. Golden opportunities using this Venus and Gemini energy. Schmoozing, socializing, connecting, talking, communicating. Let us see. Virgo. What do we need to know? We have Taurus, Hierophant energy showing up here. We have the 6 of Cups. And we have a 6 of Coins. This is beautiful. We got double gifts going on, which, I mean, hey, we're talking about Gemini. We have 2 gifting energies. I love it for you. All right. So we have the Hierophant, Taurus energy, your 9th house of travel, exploration, learning new things. And I just look at the 9th house as expanding your horizons. So whatever commitment you're about to make, maybe you've already made it, to get out there and learn new things, to teach, to learn, to grow, to expand your mind, which is very Hierophant, I think can pay off for you in this public and career sense. Maybe you're graduating, like literally from something that you've just finished studying, getting a certificate, a diploma. Maybe you're graduating from an old identity. Right? You're up leveling your whole spiritual self. 9th house, very spiritual. Hierophant, very spiritual. And as a result, I mean, look, 6 of Coins. You have the beautiful hand coming out with the Libra symbol, which is your 2nd house of money. So there might be some good money stuff coming. But also this 6 of Cups that's showing up here. I think there's also a lovely invitation headed your way to, perhaps do something in the public. Like I'm getting a vibe that somebody may be asking you to speak in front of a group of people. I'm seeing like a banquet, something like that. It could be a family event, like a wedding, but I do feel it. I mean, weddings can be associated with the 10th house, marriage contracts. But I'm feeling more, it's like something for like volunteers or at your job or a public event that you're invited to. And maybe you say a few words or you lead a toast. Like there's something like that as well. some sort of lovely invitation. It could just be from a friend too, and you're going to go to this really glamorous place for lunch or something, you know, just really love it. Like, again, in the public, but in like, it's a place where people are seen kind of thing. Not that you're doing it for prestige or anything like that. It's just, it's just a lovely goodwill gesture type thing that is coming your way, potentially. So that's what I feel. This is also about pacing yourself, because I think there's going to be a lot going on in your career zone with this particular transit, because also let's not forget that Uranus is moving into this 10th house for you. That is coming in a separate video. All right. So make sure you subscribe, hit the bell so you don't miss that one. But I just feel like I'm feeling like the pace, like managing your pace with what's going on with the things that you're involved with the public and your career over these next couple of weeks. But this is really nice, Virgo. All right, Libras, let's see what you need to know about Venus in Gemini. Fellow air sign in your 9th house of expansion, growth, travel, writing, learning, your life philosophy, spirituality. Let's see what you need to know. And you definitely want to stick around till the end of the video, because the date that I am going to give everybody has to do with you. So don't miss that part. All right, let's see what we got here for you. Libras. Ooh, the Star. What is this 2 of Swords? We don't need that shenanigan. And then the 3 of Cups. Okay. All right, this is what I think. Oops. I think that there could be a transformative opportunity coming your way this cycle that has to do with you claiming something your heart really, really wants. It is possible, because we are talking about Gemini, that there are 2 things on their way to you, or you're trying to decide. One may already be here. Maybe another one's going to come in. So we have the 2 of Swords. So you could be on the horns of a dilemma. You could be like, well, do I go here and do this? Do I go there and do that? What do I do? You're going to make a decision that you're very happy with, I think. There's 3 of Cups. But I would also say, this is what I would say with the 3 of Cups. It is a celebratory energy. There's nothing negative about it. But what I would say is, are you choosing for yourself and what your heart really wants, which is your 5th house, Aquarius, star energy showing up here? Or are you choosing because it's what other people want you to choose? Just a question. But there could be something where you're going to have a very good time. This could be some sort of creative activity. You could be invited to take a short trip, to present your creative works, to travel for pleasure, to meet a group of people and do something fun and creative. Like if you're in a band, jamming, something like that. Or some other type of performance, which absolutely is the 3 of Cups and the Star card, your 5th house. So there could be performance things going on here, just gathering with like-minded people who have a same kind of life philosophy as you do. Maybe they're really into astrology. This could be like gathering with your astrology peeps, whatever it might be, but gathering with people who have a same vision as you do, Star, for whatever it is you're all trying to accomplish. So, but there is a choice to be made here. Like you can't be in all places at once. And again, are you choosing for yourself or for them because they really want you to do it? Classic Libra question to be asking, right? But yeah, I think this is excellent. And I love this Star card here for you also. I think with this Star card too, it's like with Pluto there in that 5th house, there is something that has changed in terms of your priorities of what your heart does really want and what you're willing to expand and say yes to and sign up for and travel for and do. And maybe that's the 2 of Swords here. Like there might be somebody you have to tell no to because it doesn't align with what, as I was saying, what you really want. And so that's why maybe you've been hesitating up to this point. But then I think once you make the decision, that's right for you, I think you're going to be quite joyous and joyful with how it turns out. So I would say your opportunity is really about focusing in on how has your heart changed about your own values and what gives you joy and pleasure. And then how can you expand your world into connecting into more of that energy with more of the people who also value the same things. All right, Scorpio, let's see what you need to know. Venus in Gemini, your 8th house of other people's moolahs. And yes, Uranus going into that house as well. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell so you do not miss my Uranus in Gemini video coming soon. Because yes, there could be some unexpected other people's money situations to be dealing with. All right, but Venus, maybe finally the check is in the mail. Finally, that you've been waiting on. Let us see what we need to know. Scorpio, we have the 2 of Wands. We have the Knight of Swords. Okay, good. And we have the World. All right. There are 2 things you are waiting on. You have been waiting on them with this 2 of Wands since, for the last 2 months, I think, since we had Mercury go retrograde in Pisces. Like, you've been waiting on it. And one is coming in, I would say, sooner rather than later. And then one is probably going to come more around the middle of May, around that May 15th, new moon in Taurus, I think, with this World card showing up. So I love this. I love a 2 of Wands. I love the key, the answer, the key to the treasure box to open up. And this Knight of Swords, some sort of quick communication, email, contracts, all of a sudden fast news arriving for you. That is good. I mean, the World card is a great card. But also the idea that you can finally put these 2 things to rest. That's what I think, like a successful conclusion to other people's money matters that's been hanging around, like finally getting your income tax refund. Maybe you've been waiting on an insurance payout. Maybe you've been waiting for a house to close or whatever, right? Whatever it might be. And finally, I would also say too, if you have been waiting, if you have your own business and you have been waiting for your business to improve, because 8th house is people who pay you, like clients, you could see that the pace picks up during this whole Taurus season, because we also have Taurus in the World card. It could be finally the calendar starts getting more booked. Finally, you're moving more merchandise, like this type of thing. World is a great success card. But I would also say to this that you may need to kind of prod people and remind them that you're still there. The World can be about, hey, I'm here. Like publicity, like showing up in the world. So it could be that also. And in doing so, send a quick email to people. Maybe, post a little more on Facebook or whatever, so that you just nudge people and they're like, oh yeah, I need to buy that, or I need to stop into that salon and get my hair done. It's been a while, like, etc. You get my point. But this looks like things finally moving in this regard, which I like for you. And I love this 2 of Wands situation. There is something with this World too, is like, these 2 things have been hanging on your mind. That's the other thing. Like, you're annoyed that you've had to have this kind of running in the background. Like, can I just wrap this up? Yes, you can. Okay. And that's also going to free you to move forward with some new priorities that you have. You know how we can sometimes be with our Scorpio energy, right? It's like, we want to get this done, then this, then this, then this. And that's kind of, I feel, where you're at. This is bugging you. It will get resolved, hopefully, successfully with this World card. So then you can go to your next thing when Venus enters Cancer. Sagittarius, let's see what you need to know. Venus in your 7th house in Gemini. All about goodwill, connecting with other people. Somebody could do you a favor. This is a little like mixing business and pleasure together. All right, let us see what you need to know about this. And in doing so, maybe there's an opportunity that manifests itself. All right, Saggies, let's see what we got. We have a 6 of coins. We have the Hanging Man. And we have a Knight of Cups. Somebody's making good on a promise. That's what I think. I think something was promised to you a while ago. All right, I feel a couple of things. I got a lot of info coming in. All right, I feel like the universe, someone promised you something. This Six of Coins, your 11th house of hopes, wishes, and dreams, the Libra. But there was a delay, the Hangman. There was a like, WTF. Okay, you said you'd do this for me. You said you'd help me do X, Y, Z. Or universe, like you started showing me signs that this could manifest. And then what happened? The lights went out, everything went dark, and we were left twisting in the wind with the Hangman. But here's the Knight of Cups, which I really like in this regard, because that is, as I like to call it, the offering your cup to the world. Somebody finally, the timing is right. Look back to our card we had for the collective, right? In good time. Finally, the time is right for this opening, for this promise, for this gift, for this help, for this resources to come in. The time is right, this Knight of Cups. And I feel like it's possible that the original person who promised you something, they're not going to give it to you. It's somebody else. Okay. If it involves another person here, which again, it can. It's the seventh house we're talking about of other people. I think the way it gets delivered to you is very different from its initial offer. Okay, so apply that energy to your life of what I'm saying here. And also this really opens up this spirit of goodwill, this emotional refreshment, a sea change of like, wow, this finally manifested. I'm a believer again. I mean, you tend to be very optimistic anyway. Like you tend to stay hopeful and believe, but your patience could have been tested a little here with this Hangman. You know, you could have been like I said, WTF. So you will have a change in perspective to get back to a little bit more of your natural Sagittarius optimism and enthusiasm that the universe follows through, probably in the form of somebody. I think there's a surprise you least expect who solves the problem, who offers the tangible resource, the result, the connection, the open door, whatever you need, whatever the Six of Coins represents for you. And also, this is the Libra. Right. So this is like really goodwill here. And, you know, coming from somebody who does have your best interests at heart. Because, you know, when we have a delay, right, with this Hangman, it can be that the delay is, or we take it as a rejection, and rejection is redirection. It's protection. So like I'm saying, like, yeah, maybe somebody promised something, but it was just a lot of hot air before. But the Six of Coins is follow through. It's coins. It's tangible. And the Knight of Cups, somebody's literally handing you what you need in a way that is kind, joyful, and generous. Capricorn, Venus in your 6th house of work and well-being. Is more money coming in, more hours to work, but get paid more? Let's hope so. Okay, let's see. Uranus also moving into Gemini, that 6th house. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell so you do not miss that video when it comes out on the channel very soon. All right. Capricorns, let us see what you need to know. Venus in your 6th house. We have the moon. We have the Knight of Coins. Okay. And we have a freaking 10 of Coins. All right. This is very clear. Very, very clear. We have a really nice new moon in Taurus on May 15th, 16th. And I think that's what we got going on here. We have the moon card. We have the earth energy, the Knight of Coins. And then we have your energy, the 10 of Coins that is showing up here. So this could be a lucrative transit for you. The first thing I would say is to give yourself a deadline of that new moon. I will be doing a video on that. That's coming as we get closer to it. But give yourself that deadline to finish something that you are working on for your long-term financial stability, and also with your money and in regards to how you earn your money, because we're talking about the 6th house. So there could be some sort of deadline involved, like if you're working on a project, a launch, new products, whatever you're doing, right? You're still working on something. That's my point with this Knight of Coins here. It's been in process, but also you do need to wrap it up. That's what I'm saying. Give yourself some sort of deadline with it. I also feel like a lot of you may be kind of stuck in this Knight of Coins, like you're deeply immersed in your work. So there could be more overtime, more hours, like again, and you're willing to take it and do it because you're making bank. This is good with this 10 of Coins. But the other thing I'm going to say about this is we know a moon card, yes, I'm using it as a time marker for the new moon in Taurus, but it is also about doubts, shadowy energy. So it is time to get out of your own way with your mindset. If you've been feeling stuck in terms of manifesting more finances, more Benjamins, more Pentacles with this 10 of Coins, there's something there to really get unstuck and look at with that particular energy. Also, there could be something going on for some of you in relation to, yes, we're talking about Venus in your 6th house, but your workplace, because this is a home energy. So if you have a home office, there may be something also investing some coin in better home office stuff, a computer, things like that. But if you work from home, which is possible here, there could be, again, more clients, more phone calls, more hours, more stuff coming into the home as well. And for some of you, yes, we're talking about the 6th house, but there might be something with you and signing some sort of lease. Okay. For an apartment, there could also your literal home, but there could also be something about some sort of real estate deal or financing or things like that also going on. Again, I feel like it would culminate around that new moon in Taurus, which interestingly has Mercury conjunct it. Mercury rules Gemini, which is where Venus is right now. So there's some interesting energy happening of mutual kind of reception going on there. So, I'm trying to keep the focus on just your 6th house, but I am going to talk about real estate because of these combos that we have here, more of your 4th house. So very nice energies. And intuitively also with this moon, like really feeling emotionally that you're at a major rising tide turning point is what I feel. Like things are starting to move in a much better, more aligned direction for you in terms of the long-term security you want to build for yourself. There's a sense, I think, of momentum that's aligned for you. The moon, tides, right? Like there's this upswell of energy, I think, with this Venus going into Gemini for you. Aquarius, let's see what you need to know about having Venus, the money planet, transiting your house of luck. The 5th house, your heart space. Also the house of the entrepreneur. Taking calculated risks, pleasure, monetizing your creativity, coming up with creative ideas. You really could have some interesting money-making ideas visit you over the next couple weeks. And Uranus, yes, your ruling planet, also going into Gemini this week. I will do a separate video on that. So subscribe, hit the bell so you don't miss that one. But that's also a game changer for you because it has not been fun having it in your 4th house. All right, let's see what we have. Ooh, we have a 3 of Cups. Party like it's 1999. The Devil and the Judgment. Okay. All right, here's what I feel. What did I say in the prelude of this video? Venus is about schmoozing, socializing. It can be about play, enjoyment, and coming at a solution from just taking your mind off of it for a little while and going out and play and doing something fun. And then you come back and you have the idea blasting through your brain of what you should do next. How do you solve this problem? What do you do, etc. So this is what I feel. There's something here. I think this Devil in the middle of this reading is about some sort of guilt that is self-imposed, right? You're like, it's not coming from outside of you. It's coming from your internal critic. We all have one that is maybe blasting in your ear. Aquarius, what the hell are you doing? You're going out, partying like it's 1999, playing, doing whatever. And how come you're not getting to work? But play is work for you. That is the thing, especially when Venus is in your 5th house of joy. So try to put that guilt, whatever you do with it, it's time to, I think, get rid of it here with this Devil card. It's but we get rid of it. We minimize it. Do we ever get rid of it totally? I don't know. But you can at least minimize its loudness by making the 3 of Cups louder than the Devil card. And Judgment, I actually really love this card here for you because you can see Gabriel blowing his trumpet. Like there is a blast of fresh, inspired, new life energy that is heading right at you because there's something about this 3 of Cups, joy, play, hanging out with other people, schmoozing, that gets your mind into a state of receptivity. Because when you're in the Devil, you don't receive anything. You're stuck in a dungeon, so it's like, here at the Judgment, the play, the lightness, your soul feels happy and free. And that's how you get the inspired download. That's how the messages come in. So that you know what your golden opportunities are, which direction to move in. What is your heart calling you to do next? And your higher mind and your spirit guides. All of this is the Judgment card in this particular instance and clarifying this 5th house for you. So that's what I think, like enjoy opportunities to be with a few other people. You don't have to be with a huge crowd, but the 3 of Cups, to be in communion with other people who value what you value, who like to play, do your art together, do your music together, do whatever it is that brings you joy as a mini collective there, and let yourself feel in that vibe without any guilt. Getting in that beautiful flow of energy can absolutely take you to making the right decision for yourself in some other area of your life that involves committing your heart to a money goal, I feel. All right, Pisces, let's see what you need to know. Venus in your 4th house of home, family, roots, what nourishes you, what feeds you, your financial foundation, opportunities to feather your nest, to deal with financial stuff related to your home and your family, which could be like, simple things like buying new furniture. Maybe you're signing a lease or renewing a lease. Maybe you're looking to manifest more money so you can move, these types of things. All right, let us see. That's the opportunities in these areas. We have a 2 of Coins. We have a Page of Swords. And we have a Page of Coins. Okay. This is a time for you to experiment a little bit and weigh your options, explore your options. I don't think this is a time necessarily to commit. So, and I also feel some of you are deciding about a new vehicle. And if you are, please be mindful of the Mercury retrograde, which is coming in June. I just don't have the date at the top of my brain right now. But that is coming. You do not want to buy the car then. Maybe you buy it in Virgo season. Okay, that's be fine in August. Okay. But some of you are thinking about that. And if that's the case with this 2 of Coins here, this is about evaluating options. Like, yeah, go to the car dealership, drive around a couple of different ones. Don't just be like, oh, I have the vibe, I want this one, Pisces energy. Oh, I have this feeling. Okay, yeah, but actually also, this is very practical energy we're talking about here. Let me actually get in the car and drive this. Let me get the actual numbers of whatever this is going to cost me, etc. But I'm just feeling like whatever you got going on, it's about the options and investigating them. This can even be like you're looking for a new apartment, or you're contemplating, do I stay in this one? Do I look for another one? Same thing. Like actually go and start looking at a lot of different places, because it'll probably come down to two options you're going to be weighing. But the pages, that's the thing, the Page of Swords, you need more information in terms of contracts, in terms of legal stuff, anything involved with this Venus 4th house area that, that you're going to be signing up for. And then this Page of Coins, you need the monetary research and facts and figures as well. So both things are going to be important. Notice that it's not a Page of Cups here. Sorry. Or, an Ace of Cups. This is not about good vibes only. This is about the practical stuff. And this Two of Coins, you could be feeling like you are going a little bit roundabout in some circles before you actually do make a decision. And that's okay. I would also say here with the Page of Swords to draw up a pro and con list, literally on a piece of paper, so you can absolutely see what you are dealing with and weighing your options. That's very Gemini. But I think one of the best things you could do is actually go and, experience whatever you're trying to decide about in this 4th house. So like, let's say you're trying to buy a sofa, go to the showroom and actually sit in the sofas and get a sense of what is right for you. I know a lot of times, like a lot of us, we order stuff from, Wayfair, IKEA, online, whatever, because, but if you can actually have a physical experience, that's what I'm feeling here, to help you make your decision. That's going to be better for you, I think, in terms of using this energy. And you could be also, because Gemini is about 2 things, facing 2 decisions in this 4th house, so maybe it's not just, where am I moving to next, but also be like, what car am I buying next? Or where am I moving next? And then what new sofa am I going to buy? You get my point here. So that's what I would say with this particular energy. Move forward slowly. There is no rush. Do your homework and you will get there in the end. As our card said for the collective, in good time, right? Timing is everything. And you'll find exactly what you need. And there is something here too, I think, research for bargains and negotiate. That's the Page of Swords also. That you don't have to take the first $ figure, whatever that's offered to you. See about some negotiation. That is also very Gemini. Okay, friends, here's the date you want to circle on your calendar, April 28th. The moon is in Libra that day, and it will make a gorgeous air trine with Venus in Gemini and Pluto in Aquarius. This is lighting up your mind, your desire, and your power all at the same time. This is the day to pitch the idea, to have the conversation, to say yes to the thing that has been tugging at your shirt sleeve. Time to send the email, make the call, ask for what you want. This is the power to innovate through curiosity, experimentation, fresh information, using what you already know or have in an inventive way. A fresh combination of ideas and resources. This Libra moon gives you a balanced approach to these things, a sense of harmony and peace. Like, oh, this feels really aligned. Venus in Gemini gives you, those golden opportunities, and the universe gives you the green light to go claim one, because with Pluto in Aquarius, one of them could really change your life. So thank you so much for joining me for your Venus in Gemini Astro Tarot forecast. Would love to hear from you in the comments. What are you claiming from these readings for your sun, your moon, your rising? What are you going to manifest with Venus in Gemini? Thank you so much for watching. Love to read all your comments. Special shout out to the channel members. Thank you for your support. You are very much appreciated, and appreciated as well all the beautiful comments that y'all leave on the channel, your hypes, your shares, your likes. All of that really helps out my channel, and I am very grateful to you. So that's it for me for today. Take care. I will see you again soon. Stella Wilde, signing out.